Okay, I hope you have watched the video on theory part of chapter 1. Let's continue with solving examples on the things that have been covered previously. Okay, so for this example 1, in this example, you were asked to find the current flowing through an element if the charge given is 8t squared plus 4t minus 2. So, if you recall, in this example, you were asked to find charge and given, you were asked to find current and given charge. So by right, the equation that you need to use is I is equals to dq over dt from chapter 1, from the theory part. So you have learned in maths class that in this example, you need to do differentiation. So if you need to differentiate 8t squared, it is equals to 2 times 8 is 16. If you differentiate 40, it is equals to 4. And if you differentiate this part, it becomes 0. So you end up with this answer, 16t of t is equals to 16t plus 4, and the unit is in ampere. Okay. Let's move to another example. You were given the current and you need to find the charge. So, from the previous equation, Q of t is equals to t naught I dt plus Q of t naught. In this case, your Q of t naught is 0. So this part is 0. Unit is in ampere. Okay. So t 0 I dt to t plus 5 milliampere plus Q of 0 is 0. So if you integrate this, 2t is equals to 2t squared over 2 plus 5t. So this from 0 until t, and unit is now millicoulomb. So this becomes t squared plus 5t in millicoulomb. So this is the answer. So let's move to another example. Alright, so this example is the solution will be quite lengthy. You were asked to find the charge entering an element. Okay, the charge entering an element is shown in figure 1. Determine current at t equals to 1 millisecond, 6 millisecond, 10 millisecond. So this is the charge graph, and you have 3 different lines. This is your first line from 0 until 2, second line, and the third line. So in this case, you are going to have 3 equations for your charge. Okay, so what is equation that we should use? If you notice here, this is a slope. Okay, so you know that from your maths class, the equation is y equals to mx plus c, where your y is your q and your x is your p. So let's say from 0 until 2, you have this line, right? So what you need to do is to find the slope first. So from the points are 0, 0, and this is in milli, both are in milli, 0m, 0m, and 2m, 80m. Okay. So, how to find m? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which equates to your y2 is 80m minus 0m over 2m minus 0m. Okay, this is equals to 80 over 2 is this m is milli and this m is for slope. So bear in mind. So your m is equals to 80 over 2 is 40. Okay. So if you want to write this equation, you also need to have your c. So to get your c, you just substitute this into this equation and you can take any points, either 0, 0 or this part. So let's say I take the 0, 0 because 0, 0 and 2 and 80 are within this first line. So let's say I take 0, 0. So my y is 0, m equals this m, the slope is 40, x is 0 plus c. So your c is also 0. Therefore, the equation y is equals to 40x plus 0. Or rewriting, because your y is your q, q is equals to 40t. Okay. Next, we need to find the equation for the second line. So for the second line, let's take the 2 points, 2m and 80m, and also 8m and 80m as well. Okay, from here, your slope, m, you can use either term for m, but I'm going to use this n. But bear in mind, this is different from this, because this n is in milli, the unit for the charge and current. Okay, so in this case, your m is equals to 0, because 80 minus 80 is 0. Okay, and then to find your c, you can take any points. Let's say I take the first point. My y is 80m equals to 0 times 0. Sorry, this is 2m plus c. So my c is equals to 80m. Therefore, the equation for this line is q of t, sorry, this is q of t. Q of t is equals to 80m. And finally, for the case of the last line, you have the points are 8m and 80m, and also 12m and 0m. Okay, therefore your m is equals to m 0 minus 80 m over 12m minus 8m minus 80m over 4m, which equates to minus 20, right? Okay, so minus 20. Next, find the c value. Take I think this one will be easier. So to find c, 0 is equals to 12m minus 20 plus c. So 12m and 20 is 12 times 20 is 240. So if you carry to this side, c is equals to 240m. Okay, therefore, rewriting your q of t equals to, first one is 40t from 0 until 2m. Okay, and then 80m from 2m until 8m, and negative 20t plus 240m for the case of 8m until 12m. Okay, so that's the equations for your charge from 0 until 12. Okay, so if you were asked to find what is the value of the current at t equals to 1, 6, and so on, actually you can differentiate these equations because I is equals to dq over dt. So in this case, I of t is equals to from 0 until 2m. If you differentiate this, you get 40. From 2 until 8 is equals to 0. And from 8 until 12, it is equals to negative 20. Okay, and if you were asked to plot the graph for this charge, okay, so for t0 minus 20, yeah? So this is your charge graph, 2m, 8m, 12m, and this one is 40. This is current I of t. 40. Okay, from 0 until 2m, it is equals to 40. And from 2 until 8, it is equals to 0. And from 8 until 12, it is equals to minus 20. So this is how your current graph looks like. So at t equals to 1 millisecond, your current is equals to 40. At 6 seconds, current is 0. And at t equals 10 seconds, current is minus 20. Okay. So let's continue with another video because the limitation of this screencast is up to 15 minutes.